Hi, Verbling. My name's Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And today we're talking about words, different categories of words, and how we can use them to practice. We'll be starting by going over some fun exercises for pronunciation using different lists of words and minimal pairs. Then later we'll be talking about some of your favorite words in English or least favorite words and having some exercises to find synonyms for them. If you guys have questions or comments on this class or want to suggest material for a future class, you can let me know on Facebook and I'll put my Facebook name in the chat box for you. I have plenty of open tutoring hours this week, so if you're interested in having a private session, you can let me know on Facebook or send me a message on my profile. Or just book a session, which is also, my schedule is also on my profile. So today, we're going to start with some fun minimal pair exercises of pronunciation. I'll read a couple for you guys and then put them in the chat box. The first one is a fun one that plays around with vowel sounds, and it's perfect if you guys are looking for an exercise that helps you get used to all of the vowel sounds in English. So I put the words in the chat box and I'll read it for you. It's read: bean, bin, ben, ban, bar, born, bond, boom, beauty, book, burn, bun. So using those very similar words, we're able to isolate the vowels and practice all of those in a row. So you get a huge variety, and it really helps get your mouth used to those vowel sounds. So it's a good warm-up for any English activity or just daily practice while you're in the car or you have a few minutes of downtime. That's an excellent vowel exercise. Welcome to class, Ansh. How are you? Ansh, are you there? I can't hear you. If you're trying to speak, I'm going to screen share so you can see. Up here, you can control your audio settings and decide which microphone you want to be using. And if that doesn't help, let me know in the chat box. Send me a message in the chat box and let me know what kind of problem you're having. I look forward to meeting you, Ansh. All right. I'll put another exercise in the chat box while we're waiting for her to come back. It's a similar exercise, just using different consonants. So the last one, we were comparing vowels using the consonants B, R, and N, really. And then this one is similar, but it's using P and T mainly. Ansh, are you there? All right, Ansh. Let me know in the chat box. The chat boxes are over here. This is the Google chat box, this blue one. And this blue one with the yellow V on your left is the Verbling chat box. If you click one of those two, you should see the chat box pop up on your right. So if you're having trouble, let me know what's going on. Okay. Oops, she's gone again. I'll read the next pronunciation activity then. The next one is peat, pit, pet, pat, part, port, pot, pool, pew, put, per, puss. And these are fun activities too, especially if you get good you can do them faster and faster. And that really helps warm your mouth up for a lot of other words in English. So these are great to start your day off with or to before class. If you want to practice, do a little exercise for your mouth. These are excellent options. I'll read it once more. It's peat, pit, pet, pat, part, port, pot, pool, pew, put, per, puss. So now we have one for B, one for P, and those utilize all of the vowel sounds, or most of the vowel sounds we use in English. And you can even come up with your own, taking the same premise, using lots of different vowel sounds and putting them in a row like that. It's a good activity for vocabulary, for you to try to find words that sound really similar. If you think of any good ones, send them to me. I'll use them in class. I'll copy and paste one more, which is a little bit different. The next one is a little bit different. Hey, Anj, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yay, you figured out the problem. Was it your microphone?
I think it's because my internet connection.
Ah, okay. That's annoying. I'm glad you made it in. So,
Okay.
I think this is my first time with you, right?
Yes,
It's very nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Thailand.
Wow, nice. So, would you like to try out one of the pronunciation exercises I put in the chat box? Do you see the chat box?
Yes.
Okay, good. Would you like to try out one of those? We have the first one using B sounds, BN sounds, bean, bin, ben, ban, bar, born, bond, boom, beauty, book, burn, bun. And then the next one is using PT consonant sounds, but using all of those vowels. So peat, pit, pet, pat, part, port, pot, pool, pew, put, per, puss. Oh, they're a mouthful, but they're really good to start the day off and exercise your tongue and get used to some of those sounds. Try one out.
Bean, bin, ben, barn, bar, born, born, boom, beauty, book, burn, bun.
Excellent. Well done.
Pete, pit, pet, pat, part, pot, pool, pew, put, I don't peer, pass,
Pew?
pew.
Is it the PEW one?
PURR.
Ah, per.
Per. And PAT.
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 Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So these are all real words in English, and putting them back to back like that is just a great exercise to give you a full range of vowels and consonant sounds. And I have a couple other exercises, vocal exercises for us. The next one uses minimal pairs, which is really good for comparing vowel sounds as well, or just comparing one sound. So I'll read this one for you. Lead, lid, read, rid, feel, fill, deal, dill, heel, hill, team, tim, keen, kin, seen, sin, teen, tin, leave, live. Try that one out for us.
Lead, lead, read, read, feel, feel, deal, deal, heal, heal, team, team, keen, keen, sin, sin, teen, teen, live, live.
Excellent.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was a good job. Here we're just comparing two vowel sounds. We have the long E sound and the shorter I sound. So lead, E, lid, I. E, I, E, I. We have this pattern of E and I because many students have the difficulty pronouncing one or the other. So comparing them like this really is helpful for those students. What do you find you have the most difficulty in pronouncing?
TH.
TH, that's a tough one for lots of people. It's a really unique sound for English. Have you ever tried a tongue twister to help you triumph over the TH?
Oh,
So there are some
oh,
tongue twisters that focus on that sound. It would be a long sentence using lots of TH words. Have you ever tried out a tongue twister?
yes. Recently I have tried this one.
Awesome.
Thriller. Thriller.
Huh?
Again.
Write it in the chat box for me.
Yes. Yes.
Thriller.
Thriller.
Yes.
It's very
Yes.
hard. Difficult.
Awesome. It is. It's a tough word to say. Most of the time, I think people can improve this particular sound by looking in the mirror as you're saying it, because your tongue should be partly outside your mouth. So when I say thriller, thriller, my tongue actually comes out of my mouth. And I feel like this is the difficulty a lot of students have, because for almost all other sounds, your tongue stays inside your mouth. And
Yes.
people are hesitant to put their tongue out there. So saying this in front of the mirror and making sure your tongue is on the outside is a good way to improve your TH sound. Thriller, thriller.
Thriller.
Awesome. You're getting better already, for sure. So we're going to pause the pronunciation exercises for now, because today we're focusing on many lists of words. So the pronunciation was a good beginning to our class, but now I'm going to send you an article, which I think is a super fun one. It's short, but we're going to talk a little bit about more words, a specific kind of word. So I sent the link in the chat box, and I will also screen share. I'll make this a little bigger for you guys. There we go. Can you see it?
Yes.
Oops. Now I've gone too big. Let's see if I can get it back. Okay. So can you read the first paragraph for us? The highlighted one?
Okay. If someone asks you to name the most beautiful word or phrase in English, how would you choose? Would it be based on the meaning of the word, how it sounds, how it is spelled?
So what do you think? If I asked you what the most beautiful word is in English, what would you say?
Mm, the more beautiful word.
Uh-huh. So
Um,
what are some words you like, you think are cute or nice?
I like. I don't know now.
It's hard to think of them on the spot. I'll admit that for sure. I'll let you think a little bit more. But what do you think is important when you're choosing a beautiful word? Do you think the meaning of the word is more important or the sound of the word?
Uh, I think it the same priority.
Okay, so they're both important.
Yes.
All right. Then read the next two paragraphs here, and we'll talk a little bit about some options.
There are some words like love, comely. Uh, this one I can't read.
Demure.
Demure. That seem like solid contenders, but the compound word that some believe to be the most inherently beautiful will likely come as a colossal surprise. Uh, cellar door, that's no typo. In terms of phonetics, cellar door is often held up as an example of the most euphonic sound combination. J.R.R. Tolkien, author of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, is credited as one of the first to make this claim.
Thank you. So first, let's talk about any vocabulary questions you have in those paragraphs. Are there words you might like defined?
Again, please.
Do you have any vocabulary questions, like, say, the word demure?
Yes.
All right, so demure is an adjective, and it's the quality of being shy, introverted, and kind of sweet, sweetly shy. And it's usually used in conjunction with women. But it could be really anything, a man, an animal, something that's shy but very sweet. Do you have any other questions on the vocabulary from those two paragraphs?
Uh, Phonetics and typo.
Excellent questions. So typo, coming in the first line of the next paragraph, is when you make a mistake because of the keyboard of your computer. So there's two kinds of mistakes you can make in spelling. You can make an actual spelling error, like, for instance, if I think the word color is spelled with two L's, that would be a spelling error because I think the word is spelled a different way than it is. But a typo is when I know how to spell something, but I accidentally click the wrong key on my keyboard. So they're saying that the most beautiful phrase in English is cellar door, and they want to confirm that it's not an accident, it's real. So do you think the term cellar door is very beautiful?
Uh,
Does it sound
it's,
nice? Cellar door. Cellar
I think
door.
it's normal.
Normal. So
Oh,
you don't think it's very beautiful.
yes.
All right. Can you think of any more beautiful words?
Mm, maybe excellent.
That's a fun word, the word excellent. It has kind of a happy meaning and it's fun to say. I like that term. All right. So This article says cellar door is the most beautiful term, and phonesthetics, which was the other vocabulary question you had, we can talk a little bit about the parts of this word. Phona always means like audio or sound, listening, something about listening. And aesthetics would be something considered beautiful. So when they say phonesthetics, it means something that sounds very nice, sounds pleasing.
Okay.
Any other vocabulary questions from this part?
No.
Awesome. So you disagree. You don't think cellar door is the most beautiful word, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I have to admit, I don't think it's particularly beautiful either. I think it's okay. It's normal, but not amazing. We'll pause there for a second on this article because the rest is not particularly important. But we have one more paragraph that I think is interesting.
Yes.
And I'm going to highlight it here. Do you see this one?
Yes.
It defines some of those words for us. So read that paragraph.
Euphony is used most commonly to describe the pleasing, agreeable sound effect of the poetry. In general, vowel sounds are more euphonious. I can't read
That word
CACO.
is cacophony.
Cacophony, meaning harsh and discordant, is the opposite of euphony. Cacophony comes from the Greek word "pars", meaning bad, evil, and voice.
Mm-hmm. So again, in the word cacophony, we see this phone, this part phone, which means it has something to do with audio or listening. So cacophony is something that sounds bad, and euphony is something that sounds good. And those are some terms defined. So are there any words in English that you think sound really bad, that are really difficult for you to say or just don't sound right?
Oh, again, please.
Can you think of any words in English that have a really ugly sound?
Mm, I don't know.
I think a good example is cacophony. I think even the word cacophony sounds kind of strange and ugly. I don't really like it. There's not a lot of vowels, there's a lot of consonants, and I just don't really like the sound. It's got too many syllables. So that's not one of my favorite words. I think one of my favorite words is the word crumb. I know this is really funny, but I'll put it in the chat box for you. It's like this. Crumb. And the reason I like it, first of all, it's short. I like that it's only one syllable. I like the combination of sounds it uses. I like the beginning cur. It kind of reminds me of like crackling or some kind of sound. Crumb. And I like the end, how it ends in that It's a nice sound, I think. So my favorite word is crumb. And even the way it's spelled, I think, is cute. It has a silent B. So it has that B that's kind of just hiding and not saying anything, just hiding in the word. So I think the word crumb is really cute. That's one of my favorite words in English. And cacophony is a pretty bad word because I think it's bad. It's really long. It has a lot of consonant combinations that I just don't really like, and it means something bad.
It sounds
Plus, I
like
don't.
cough.
Huh?
It sounds like cough.
Yeah, it sounds like cough or something negative. It doesn't sound good. And I don't really like the PH for the F sound, you know? I don't know why, but I feel like there's an F. Why do we use PH? So I don't like the way it's spelled, I don't like the way it sounds, I don't like what it means. It's just not a very good word. Do you have any favorite words in your native language?
Mm, it's in my native language.
Yeah.
I think uh, it's
It's
maybe
hard to think.
ความสุขความสุข it mean happiness.
Huh?
The words say like ความสุข it means happiness.
Oh, cool. That's a nice word. I'm not sure I could pronounce it, but it sounds nice. Someone gave us a suggestion in the chat box. Photon said, "My favorite is crystal." So Photon's favorite word is the word crystal, which I think is kind of cool because it uses the same CR sound that I like, crystal and
Crystal.
crumb. So I kind of like that CR combination. Crystal.
Crystal.
hmm
Crystal.
I think it's a pretty fun sounding word. Okay, so now that we've talked a little bit about some beautiful sounds and some ugly sounds, I have another article for you. And this one talks about happy words. I think it's very related to the word you gave me in your native language because it's a list of the words that are the happiest words in English. And I'll put that in the chat box for you. So today I'm all about word lists. We're going to be talking about a lot of different words, the lists, and how you can use them to improve your study habits. And I'll screen share this article as well for anyone who needs it. Okay, so these are 25 of the happiest words in English. And I'm going to read the article quickly, although it is not the focus of this particular link. It says, Isabel Kluman and a group of mathematicians at the University of Vermont published a paper in 2012 on positivity in the English language. They took just over 10,000 of the most frequent English words from a variety of sources: Twitter, Google Books, the New York Times, and music lyrics, and had people rate them on a 9-point scale from least happy to most happy, collecting 50 independent ratings per word. In the resulting data set, available here, laughter comes at number 1 in perceived happiness, and terrorist comes as last. So, before we were talking about words that sound nice and sound bad, but now we're talking about words that make you think of good and bad things. So this is a list of happy words. Can you think of a really happy word in English? Something that makes you think of good, happy, positive things?
I think laugh.
What's that?
Laugh.
Laugh. Yeah, laugh is a good example. Can you think of any others?
Smile.
Yeah, that's a perfect one. Definitely a very positive meaning. What about negative sounding words? Can you think of any words in English that make you think of negative, depressing things?
Tears.
Awesome, you're good at this game. All right, so we have laugh and smile, and then on the other end we have tear. Excellent. So this is kind of a fun game and does in fact help improve our vocabulary. All right, I'll continue reading the next two pages or the next two paragraphs, and then we'll read the list together. So what are the happiest...
Teacher, I
Yeah,
want you to say this word. Uh, I I write in the chat box.
okay. Mm-hmm. Lyric. Lyric.
Lyric. Again, please.
Yeah, two syllables. Lyric. Lyric.
Lyric.
Tough
Okay.
to say, I know. Yeah. So is that a happy word or a sad word, do you think?
Um, maybe
Does the word
it's
lyric make you think of positive things or negative things?
it's in both of them.
Both. Why both?
Yes, because if in the song it have both of them. Most
That's true.
happy and sad.
Mm-hmm. Very true. We have another suggestion from a watcher. Firefly is a happy word, I think. Yeah, I agree. I think firefly is a pretty happy word. What do you think of the word firefly? Do you like that word, Anch?
I don't like because I think about fire.
True.
maybe maybe if it's fire at at the house, it's not good.
That's true. Sometimes
It's
fire can
contain
be negative.
the word fire. I don't like it.
All right, so for you, not so good. This is a very subjective activity. Some people will think one word is amazing and another word is terrible. So it's kind of fun to hear all these different opinions on them. All right. So let's finish reading this article and read some of the words. I'll put my screen share back up. Okay. So I'm starting here. So what are the happiest words in English? They might be nice to hear, but it turns out that positivity heaped on positivity becomes like sugar or a giant clown smile, sickening after a point. To illustrate this problem, here are the top 20 words: laughter, happiness, love, happy, laughed, laugh, laughing, excellent, laughs, joy, successful, win, rainbow, smile, won, pleasure, smiled, rainbows, winning. So, those are the top 20 positive words of English. And what does this paragraph say is the problem with those words?
Mm,
So it says they become sickening after a point. Do you agree? We have 20 positive words, so it's positivity heaped on positivity. It becomes a little too much, doesn't it?
I think I don't understand the meaning
The meaning of what?
about positivity heap on positivity becomes.
So it says, It turns out that positivity heaped on positivity becomes, like sugar or a giant calm smile, sickening. So you can take out that comma set and say positivity becomes sickening after a point. So what they're saying is that when we have 20 positive words all together, it's too much. It's too much positivity. It's kind of like gross or sickening because it's the words are all the same. Laugh, laughter, laughing, laughs. And then we have win, winning, winner. And we have a lot of words that are kind of the same thing again and again. So we have some positive words, but they're a little too much. Do you agree that they become a little bit overboard, a little bit exaggerated after a while?
I think it's good, not a little bit more.
All right. So you could do a little more. Well, let's see. Let's read some of these words. I'll finish up this article, and then I'm going to ask you to read the list of words. As you go down the list in a binge on positive word reading, so many of the positive words start to sound crass. Rich, diamonds, glory, treacly, butterflies, cupcakes, friends, or too obvious. Positive, great, wonderful. The following 25 words, shown alongside their rankings, struck me as anchors of true, quiet positivity in a sea of toothy grins. So, all of these words here are the author's favorite positive words. Would you mind reading the list, Ansh?
Yes. From the first one.
Yeah, starting with this one and going all the way down.
Easier, interesting, honest, forest, Saturday, dinner, comfortable, gently, fresh, pulp, warmth, rest, welcome, dearest, useful, surely, safe, better, piano, silk, relief. I'm not sure.
Rhyme.
Rhyme, high, agree, water.
Thank you. All right, and we have a few new students. Noi, welcome to class. Noi, are you there? You're muted. I'm going to show you quickly how to unmute yourself. So if you look at my screen share, you'll see my mouse here. If you come to the top, you can unmute yourself with this button. If it's red, that means you're muted and I can't hear you. If it's black and white, then I can. Okay, no problem, Noi. You can participate in the chat box then. All right, and Irma?
Hello.
How do I say it? Hi, welcome to class.
Thank you.
So we've been talking a lot about words in English, and one thing we talked about briefly was, what do you think is the most beautiful word in English? Can you think of any words that sound really beautiful?
Oh my God. Fall in love.
Love is a good one. Very wonderful, positive word. Good. All right, and Noi, if you want to participate, tell us your word in the chat box. Write us your favorite word in English, your most positive sounding word. And we just went over a list of a bunch of really positive sounding words. And I'm going to ask you guys to pick your favorite from the list. And from Noi, we have the word smile. I think smile is a great word. Very positive.
Smile.
Mm-hmm. Good choice, Noi. So let's look at this list again. And this time, Irma, will you read this list for us while you guys think about your favorite?
No. Yes, what words?
Go ahead and read the whole list of positive words for us.
Easier, interesting, honest, forest. A positive word only.
Uh-huh. Keep going.
Saturday, dinner, comfortable, gently, fresh, fall, warm, rest, welcome, dearest, useful, cherry, safe, better, piano, silk, relief, rhyme, high, agree, water.
Excellent. So those are a list of some positive sounding words. What's your favorite from this list?
My favorite.
What do you think? Mm-hmm.
Could you put the list, please?
Sure. It's also in the chat box if you want to open it up for yourself as well. Here's the list.
Let me see. My favorite word is dearest.
That's a nice one. Why did you pick that word as your favorite?
It's a very beautiful adjective. I have heard in some book when people write letter to someone they love too much, they start with dearest friend or my dearest love or something like this, and I think that is very beautiful.
I
A
agree.
beautiful word.
Yeah, very sweet. All right. And Ansh, what's your favorite word from this list?
In the list, right?
From this list.
I think easier.
Awesome. The very first one from this list, the word easier. Kind of a nice sounding word, makes you relax a little.
Yes.
And Noi, if you want to share your favorite word from this list as well, that would be awesome. And I see she put a comment in the chat box. Because I come from Thailand of smile. There's a lot of people smiling in Thailand. It does seem like a very happy country. All right. So we've talked a little bit about the words that sound nice and words that mean nice things. Now I'm going to give you guys a list of suffixes and prefixes. So today's class theme is lists, right? And sometimes you can tell a lot about a word because of these suffixes or prefixes it uses. I'm going to put a document in the chat box for you guys. You can open it up there or share along as I screen share for you. And it's just some suffixes and prefixes that we commonly use in English. This one. Okay. So the most common prefixes. Let's have Ansh read the first 8. The first 8. So read the prefix, the meaning, and the key word as an example.
Anti, meaning against, keyword, and antifreeze. The, meaning opposite, keyword defrost. This, meaning not, opposite of, keyword disagree. Prefix nm, meaning cause to, keyword encode, embrace. Prefix for, meaning before, keyword forecast. Prefix im, meaning in, keyword infield. Prefix im, meaning not, keyword injustice, impossible. Prefix inter, meaning between, keyword interact.
Thank you very much. And Irma, will you read the next 8 for us?
Sure. Mid, middle, meaning midway. Miss, wrongly, meaning okay. Miss, mean wrongly. For example, misfire. None means not. For example, nonsense. Over means over, and for example, overlook. Pre means before. For example, prefix. Re means again. For example, return. Semi means half. For example, semicircle. Sub means under. For example, submarine.
Thank you very much. And there's just a few more I'll read for us. Starting with super, above, superstar. Trans, across, transport.
Transport.
Un, not, unfriendly. Under, undersea. Okay, so those are the most common prefixes, and you'll notice that some of these have little stars. Dis, im, in, il, and these two, re and un. So those are the most frequent, the 4 most frequent prefixes. They account for 97% of prefixed words in printed school English. So those are really, really common ones. Can you guys think of some other words that use the prefix dis? Any word that starts with that dis prefix?
Disappoint.
Yes, great one. What else?
Disable.
Yeah, disappoint, disable, disagree. Can you guys think of any others? There's tons. And I think this is a good exercise. Sometimes if you just have 5 minutes, practice something like this. Try to think of words that start with dis, because it gets your mind going and it keeps your vocabulary up. What about the next one, words that begin with in, im, il, like injustice, impossible? Can you guys think of any other words that start with one of those prefixes?
Incomplete.
Immigration.
Immigration, incomplete, great. I'll add a couple. We have illustration and imagination.
Irregular.
Irregular, sure. Excellent one. All right, what about the next very popular one, re, as in return? What are some other words that start with re?
Reverse.
Reconnect.
I heard reverse, and what was the other one?
Reconnect.
Reconnect, yes. Reverse, reconnect, return.
Refund.
Revise.
Mm-hmm. And what about this one? Un, the very... Hey, Noi, would you do me a favor and not mute me? Thanks. If you're having trouble with your audio or you can't hear well or something, let me know. But don't mute me. All right, so what about this last one? Un, not is an unfriendly. What else is there?
Unhappy.
Unhappy. Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Any others?
Underestimate.
Unkind.
Sorry, what?
Unkind.
Unkind, sure. And what was the other one?
Okay. Under pressure.
Under pressure, sure. Good. Okay, so let's move on to our suffixes, which come at the end of the word. All of the prefixes come at the beginning, which we saw because pre means before. So a prefix comes before, and a suffix comes at the end. So let's read about some of these suffixes, and we'll do it the same way. The first 8 are going to be for anch, and then we'll switch.
Suffix. Able. Able. Meaning can be done. Keyword comfortable. Suffix or ear. Meaning having characteristic of. Keyword personal. Suffix. How I can say it.
The past tense, hopped.
Past tense verb. Keyword hop.
Mm-hmm.
The suffix in, meaning made of. Keyword wooden. Suffix er, meaning comparative. Keyword higher. Suffix er, meaning one who. Keyword worker, actor. Suffix is, meaning comparative. Keyword biggest. Suffix full, meaning full of. Keyword careful.
Excellent, thanks.
That's it.
And Irma, will you read the next 8?
Ik, having characteristics of linguistic. In, verb form, present participle, running. Ion, tion, Asian, Asian. Act, process. Occasion, attraction. Iti, tie. State of, infinity. I've, active, itive. Adjective form of a noun. Plaintive. Less, without. Fearless. Lie. Characteristic of. Quickly. Man. Action or process. Enjoyment.
Thank you very much. And there's a few left that I'll read for us. We have ness, state of, condition of, kindness. Us, yes, yes. Possessing the qualities of, joyous. The next one is s and s, more than one. Books, boxes. And the last one is e, characterized by, happy. So those are the most common suffixes. And again, we have this little note, the most frequent. The 4 most frequent suffixes account for 97% of suffixed words in printed school English. So this time, our starred words include ly, which is usually used with adverbs like quickly or softly. Can you guys think of any other adverbs that end in ly?
Lovely.
Strongly.
Right. Yes, lovely and strongly. Perfect. How about an ing ending, like running? What else is there?
Watching, eating.
Eating. Crying.
Yes, exactly, our gerund forms. And what about this ed ending? What other words have an ed ending?
Ed.
Stopped.
Talked.
Exactly, all of them with the past tense. And then our more than ones are pretty easy. Books, boxes, what are some other plural words?
Nouns.
Yep. Great. So that one was pretty easy. We have a lot of these suffixes really common, and they help us conjugate words or show meaning in another way. So this is a good list to have if there's ever a word that you're not sure you know. You can take it apart by looking at suffixes and prefixes. And of course, this can also just be an exercise to help you improve your English vocabulary. Do you guys have any questions or comments on these right now?
No.
No.
Awesome. Great. So, if you guys don't have anything else, we'll finish class up. I have another class starting in just 2 minutes. Thank you guys for coming and being brave students in this small class today. And I hope to see you guys again soon.
Thank you very much, teacher.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.